Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of dissatisfaction and discourse around Hazbin Hotel versus Helluva Boss merch, specifically how the upcoming Hazbin Hotel Valentine's Day merch drop might not be as large and varied as Helluva Boss's was, and how some people don't seem to understand why. So I just wanted the businesswoman in me to come out and explain some of this. Disclaimer, I don't know when this video is going to be released, but I am filming it prior to any Hazbin Hotel Valentine's Day merch drops. So let's just get this out of the way. Hazbin Hotel is a full TV production. It is with A24, Amazon MGM, Prime Video, and Bento Box involved. So now that there are multiple companies involved, they have to approve merchandising, licenses, and designs before they can be sold, and that tends to slow things down and limit what can be released. Spindle Horse, on the other hand, has historically been made only by Spindle Horse. Now, they have partnered with Amazon Prime so that Helluva Boss episodes can be released a month early before they are placed onto YouTube. However, that does not mean Amazon has any creative control in Helluva Boss. It is still in the hands of Spindle Horse. That being said, the merch for Helluva Boss also helps to fund the show, especially in the beginning. So since merch sales have been a major source of revenue, they also support production and they pay any collaborators. We also have to keep in mind that Hazbin Hotel merch has licensing restrictions. So while you might see like a full line of Helluva Boss merch on Shark Robot, there are occasional Hazbin Hotel merch on Shark Robot, but it's a limited scope because of the right and design control issues now that the show is officially produced and stylishly redesigned for Prime Video. Old Hazbin Hotel merch is still allowed, but new character designs often cannot be sold by Shark Robot because of licensing and approval by A24 and Amazon. Also have to keep in mind that Shark Robot is not the only merch source for Helluva Boss. We have seen collaborations with Hot Topic as well as Box Lunch and some other stores, but they handle a lot of early licensed merch for both shows because Helluva Boss was almost entirely under Spindle Horse's control for a long time. Its merchandise is much easier to churn out in frequent drops and in more varied styles. And I've especially seen some people who were very heated about the fact that the Get Back to Work line of merch for Hazbin Hotel was basically exclusively Vox. I mean, it's Vox Tech. His name is in the title. I know we were expecting to see more of like Velvet or Valentino, but they were not the sole focus of the season. Yes, they are part of the bees, but we can probably bet on it that season 3 merch is probably going to be heavily Valentino inspired. I mean, of course, there are also people who are complaining like, oh my god, there were such minor characters like Emberlyn, who was a character and the victim of IMP in Helluva Boss Short 3. And she appears in merch. Why can't we get this for minor characters in Hazbin Hotel? Again, all comes down to rights and merchandising, and it really sucks. But you know what? There is fan-made content out there. So if you were dissatisfied with how quickly the trading cards go, you can go on Etsy and get some fan-made cards there. I mean, don't buy from scalpers. But yeah, I also, and this is just a separate point, but I see so many like Hazbin and Helluva fans just shitting on one another. I've literally been a fan of both shows since their inception. I was there when the pilot released in 2019. I was there for the 5-year hiatus between Hazbin Hotel season 1, pilot and Hazbin Hotel season 1, and then the Helluva Boss pilot and season 1. There was only a 1-year difference between that. So you know what quenched my thirst for the Helluverse for those 5 years was Helluva Boss. And it's a really good show. It doesn't necessarily focus as much on kind of sinners and Hell's Hierarchy and life after death. It focuses more on relationships and Hell's Hierarchy in terms of Hellborn. And I do think that at some point it'd be really cool to see them collab. But yeah, I hope you made it through this video, and I hope you have some more insight onto why Helluva Boss doesn't get as frequent and varied merch drops. Why Hazbin Hotel doesn't get as frequent and large merch drops as Helluva Boss. So yeah, watch both shows. I like them.